All right, I'm Steve Bunin. Our breaking news: Mayor Jenny Durkan and Seattle Police Chief Carmen Best announcing some major potential changes to the police department's budget. King 5's Chris Daniels joining us live from downtown. So, Chris, what exactly are the biggest takeaways?
Well, Steve, I can't remember any Seattle mayor or police chief criticizing a city council like Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan and Police Chief Carmen Best did today. They were reacting to the signaling by the council that they support a 50% reduction in funding for the Seattle Police Department. Carmen Best at one point today called it reckless. The Seattle mayor says there's been no analysis or plan from the council before they announced their support for a dramatic cut in funding for the police department. They also did that while signaling their plans for 2021 and $76 million in cuts that they say can be implemented. That would be roughly a little less than 20% of the existing Seattle Police Department budget as it stands this year. Here are the points within that $76 million as outlined by the mayor and the chief. $32 million that would be moved from the 911 call center in 21. $13 million from parking enforcement that would be rerouted through the Seattle Department of Transportation. There'd be $3 million cut from the Office of Emergency Management, another $4.5 million from the Office of Police Accountability's independent budget. $76 million in cuts proposed by the mayor and the chief. And here's what Chief Best had to say about the council's ideas.
It is reckless to advocate for this type of cuts that have been proposed by the City Council, especially with no time or plan to have a realistic alternative response in place. Let me be clear, I will not choose to fire officers. But if they leave me in this circumstance, we have no other choice.
Best went on to say that it would be difficult for her department to respond to a mass casualty incident if there was a massive reduction in officers. Now, all of this was happening concurrently with a Seattle council meeting, so we haven't had a full reaction yet from the council, but we did hear from Councilmember Shama Sawant, who accused the chief of gaslighting the situation. That's the story for now. Live in Seattle, I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.
So, Chris, let me ask you a quick follow-up. Is there any indication that all this money that would be theoretically saved would be put into other things that protesters have wanted, that people might want in terms of refunding, or this is money that'll just go away and either be saved for a rainy day or used in some other form?
Yeah, great question, Steve. What we heard from the mayor and the chief was this would be $76 million taken away from the police department, but you just alluded to the idea that perhaps there would be a reimagining of the police department with a unit that just deals with mental health services. The mayor and the chief seem open to that, but there's just a question of where that money would come from as it relates to the overall police department budget.
Well, certainly a fascinating scene there this morning here in the city of Seattle. Chris Daniels reporting live. 12:03, a King County Superior Court judge has approved a petition for a special election to recall Mayor Durkan. So the petitioners have to collect at least 50,000 voter signatures within 6 months. Mayor Durkan has faced some criticism from some residents for her handling of the CHOP zone. Protesters also accuse her of violating their civil rights by authorizing police to use tear gas on crowds during demonstrations.